Well, welcome back to the Big Small Business Show. We're talking all things AI, machine learning. I'm feeling very, very clever and a little bit threatened and a little bit excited about the possibility of AI. And in studio with us, we've got Jess Dworcan, who is an AI specialist, and we're really getting down to the practical understanding of how we can use AI in our businesses. So, Jess, let's get down to the practicality. And remember, we're not a big corporates with big budgets.
Right.
We're small businesses with the small means, and we don't want to be left behind. So how can we start using and start getting into the whole AI world today?
So I would say first and foremost, if you're into content creation, you should be employing tools like Midjourney and DALL-E 3. So Midjourney comes at a cost of approximately $8 a month, and essentially it could imagine anything that you could describe in text. So if you wanted to create a storyboard for an advert, you could imagine your storyboard through Midjourney. Or if you wanted to create an entire advert through AI, that is also possible. I've recently seen a Coca-Cola advert which did the whole thing in AI, and that is becoming an increasing use case for images, or to even take an image and restyle it into something that is useful for you and your business. Another practical use case is an example of an AI receptionist. So say you're a hairdressing salon and someone phones in to book an appointment. Instead of it being you that answers the phone call, it could be a robot. It could literally be a chatbot that has text to voice and will respond to your client and could automatically integrate with your calendar to make bookings for you. And so you won't have to be pestered by a client who wants to continuously change the booking, because your robot would handle that for you.
So I would call in to have a haircut, and so I want to have a haircut with Bob, and I'd say, what time? And I'd say 4 o'clock, and say, unfortunately, Bob is busy at that time. May I suggest 5 o'clock?
Yeah, 100%. The chatbot would know the schedule and it would reflect that to the client.
Okay, and then send me a confirmation on my phone?
Yeah, for sure it would do that. Or alternatively, you WhatsApp a chatbot on WhatsApp to book your appointment. And that goes for any sort of service like doctor's offices or dentists, not just hairdressers.
Okay, so let's talk about other use cases. You mentioned in the previous segment the PowerPoint, that the Microsoft
Yes.
AI offering. How would I use it in PowerPoint?
So you would essentially construct a prompt which would include all the talking points that you would like to speak on. And within that, it would be, please convert this into a PowerPoint presentation. And it would do that. PowerPoint would then take that info on all your talking points and put it into slides. You could pair that up with Midjourney to create the images that will go with your slides, and you would have a very, very beautiful deck of a presentation.
So is this now, once again, the training industry, where I was a subject matter expert and knew everything about whatever it was, entrepreneurship, let's say, and now I've got I just can be taken out because someone is going to say, write me a 1-hour training course on the pitfalls of entrepreneurship in the first year, and it'll create the slides.
It'll create the slides, no problem, and fill it with all the info necessary that the bot would deem for that subject. Whether or not the person's a subject matter expert is another story. So yeah, you will have all these different tools at our disposal, like Excel, being sped up through AI. You could simply prompt a ChatGPT and give it an Excel spreadsheet, prompt it with, please view this spreadsheet and extrapolate any information that you might deem is significant. And it'll come up with all the different graphs and tables that are very necessary to show.
So coming back to now the practicality of this tool now, you mentioned $8. So today, right now, if I want to start my AI journey, I simply look up Midjourney if I'm wanting images. I look up other, or I go into ChatGPT or GPT-4 or one of these others. I just pay a subscription, and I've got AI at my disposal.
So I wouldn't immediately pay a subscription until you're really comfortable with the tool or what you need to do. Midjourney has since stopped offering free trials, so that is something that you would have to pay that $8 entry fee to use it. But for ChatGPT, for example, I would highly encourage everyone to use it for very simple tasks, just to get the hang of it. Use it for writing emails. Use it for writing that wedding speech. Really anything that might involve text creation, use it for, and start to get the feel for how it works and how to interact with it to the best of your ability.
And then, of course, it's up to your imagination of how you can use those tools.
100%. 100%. It can be used for anything. So I like to bring up the example of client negotiation.
Yeah.
I will copy an email thread, paste it into GPT underneath the words, please review the email thread and help me negotiate with this client for the best win-win scenario for the both of us, and generate an email from that. And then after that, ChatGPT will generate that email based on all the context that I've given it, where in the conversation I am with that potential client, and literally help me close because it's given me basically the right words to say.
You're exposed to this every day. Now, for me, it's, the write an email part, but there's a far bigger use case for a small business. So give me more examples.
So it could help you generate code for websites.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand just a little bit of code, it would even help you with the step-by-step in how to implement that code. It would help you with generating that blog post for your product, or it would help you take whatever current news is and how that news relates to your business, how your business could evolve and adapt, and developing a business strategy. Say you just have a business idea. Put that business idea into ChatGPT and ask it to help you generate a strategy around that business idea from A to B, and describe what A is, describe where you are at right now in your business, and describe where you'd like to be. And the bot can help you with how to get there. Also, idea generation can help you brainstorm ideas. I love it personally for brain dumping. If I've got a lot going on in my life and I'd like to journal, I journal using ChatGPT and then follow it up with, please give me questions based on what I've told you to help me process my thoughts. And it'll literally help me with whatever I'm going through in that moment in time.
Just talking about moment in time, we've run out of time. Thanks for being on the show. For entrepreneurs out there who are starting the journey as I am around AI, and maybe I can share what I'm doing within Raizcorp right now, and that's that I am allowing everyone to experiment, not just myself, but everyone in the organization to experiment with AI and come back and feedback in a central space about what they're learning in the process. And so we can all learn from one another in terms of what works, what doesn't work for them, what ideas tend to be more successful and which ones are less successful. And of course, at some point there's going to be a budget discussion about how much budget do we put towards AI, and starting to understand what those budgets should be or could be. But most importantly, what is the ROI? What is the return on investment? It's all very well that all this technology is out there, and it's all very well that it costs us those $8 a month or whatever the case may be, but what's the return? And that's really the prompt I want to give to you as we end today's show. Well, that's it for today's show. Do remember, if you think it, write it down, put it in ChatGPT, and make it a reality.